So we have this icon, this thumbs up icon, like the YouTube like button. So with the same type of functionality, when I click this icon, it's gonna turn into the blue one, like in the YouTube you can see that. So we are going to implement this same thing. Not too much fancy stuff going on here, but I'll show you two ways of doing this. So let's open up our code editor. My personal choice is VS Code, so I'm going to open VS Code, and inside in here I have created a folder. So I will quickly create two files here that are essentials for this. One is HTML file and one is CSS file. Of course we are not going to write too much of the CSS code, but I'm going to make that for now. So let's start with our index.html file. Start with boilerplate by simply typing exclamation mark. I am going to leave the document title as it is. So in our first part we are going to use the icon from the Font Awesome library. So I'm going to include that icon here, and just paste the link right here for our Font Awesome library. Let me quickly manage this. So this one, this code right here is for fetching our Font Awesome library, for creating our that thumbs up or like button. So let me quickly open it with live server. So our like button is here, the thumbs up button is here. Let's do quick styling here. For styling I'm going to use the target. So we are just targeting this this icon right here. So I'm going to just use the target class for now. So we now going here to style file, to the CSS file, just say default margin to 0. I'm also removing the default padding, and target our body element, give it the mean height of 100 vs. So I'm not doing pretty fancy stuff here, I'm just doing the CSS code for centering our thumbs up icon. So just say align items, that's also center. That's it. TSP. Oh sorry, I missed the semicolon here. Now that's the thing. Let me quickly include this CSS file here, link the CSS file like this. So let me go back to browser and see this. There is our thumbs up icon. We don't have any functionality yet, but I'm going to target the file, say the cursor to pointer, and now the cursor is not changing, but from now it's going to change into the pointer. And the default color for the thumbs up icon is gray, so I'm going to change it like gray. And I'm also increasing the font size to, let's say, 5 rem. Yeah, it will be visible more. So let me increase the font size here. Save this, back to our browser. Here we have our icon right here. This is a gray icon, not too fancy, but let me implement the logic or the functionality here, so that whenever I click the button, it's going to turn into the blue one. So let's quickly write some JavaScript here. Select our element using the query selector. So I'm going to select the target element. So this line of code basically target or select the element with the class of target. So I'm going to say like button dot add event listener. So here it takes two parameters. The event is the first parameter, and the second parameter is the callback function. So I'm not going to use the arrow function right here. So I will not recommend you to use arrow function because that's gonna create the whole error here. So whenever I click this button, so the code inside these curly brackets will only run if I click that like button. So let me show you. If I click this like button, then the code inside that curly braces is going to run. So whenever I click that button, this means this simply refers to this like button. So whenever I click that like button, the class list of the like button should toggle, means that means if I click for the first time, then clicked class should be added to the button or so-called icon, and if I click that again, then the clicked class should be disappear from there. That means that should not be there anymore. So if I go back to our browser and inspect in here, inspect and open up the developer console. So open up the developer console, nothing we are going to see here. So let's go to elements here. Let's see what's gonna happen. So look carefully here. So let me increase the font size again. So you can see here when I click this icon, so when I click this icon, a class is being added here, click class, and if I click this icon again, the class is going to be removed from there like this. That's the sort of magic, and with the help of that class we are going to target our like button. So the element having, so let me see that if I have spelled that right, because I make too much of the typos. So let me spell it right. Okay, I have respelled that right. So whenever the element has the class of clicked, it's gonna change its color to blue. So it's gonna be changing into the bluish color. So back to our browser, if I click this icon, now it's gonna assign that class also, and the icon's color will be changed into the bluish color. So if I click, that's gonna change our icon's color. This icon is not similar as the YouTube icon, so for that we are going to use another method. I have searched for that YouTube icon, but I haven't found that anywhere except of the materials UI icons. So materials UI icon are only capable with the frameworks or libraries like React, so they are not used in the HTML files. Now, with that limitations, let's see our second part or second method of how we can create the icon like that. So for that I am going to index.html, and instead of this this iClass or this icon, I'm going to paste my own SVG file. So this is the SVG for our like button or like icon right there. So I'm going to add the class target here. Previously we added the target class to our icon from the font awesome. Let me just remove this also, we don't need this anymore. So let me remove that also. Let me make this code like this. So if you are not lazy and you are like super fabulous active, then you can copy this code right here, or obviously I'm gonna provide that code in the description below. So just assign the class to our target. Obviously this is gonna create our like button, but you have to wrap that path element inside the SVG, otherwise you are not going to see that anymore. So the same thing is going to happen with the JavaScript, but we have to change the CSS. Right now if I go here, if I click this, nothing is going to happen. Even the color is not changed here, but the cursor is changing to pointer. So I'm going inside the CSS or style file, and inside here what I need to change is nothing but this color. So in SVG we need to provide fill, so to fill the color inside our icons or SVG elements. So we don't need this font size. If I go back, our style is applied here because we clicked that previously. So when I click this again, the gray color is going to appear, and when I click this again, this bluish color is going to happen. So what we change in here is not that much fancy stuffs. We just change the color to fill. So SVG, if you don't know, if you don't have any idea about SVG, I'm gonna link the tutorial to the description or in the card right above, so check them out. SVGs are the great things in web development and other illustration works also. So that's it for this video. I have shown you. So that's it for this video. If you want to make the glass morphism form, click on the left video, and if you want to make the responsive navigation bar, click on the right video appearing on the end screen.